Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today. First off, I want to actually thank you for your feedback and putting this together. Obviously, we're here today to help answer some of your top questions and concerns around having an employees and how to manage that here in 2021 given COVID and the pandemic. So today I'm actually going to be interviewing an attorney from CDF, one of California's leading labor and employment law firms. They have 5 offices across California. So Ashley Lopez-Tello, she actually specializes in equal employment opportunity litigation and workplace investigation. So Ashley, thank you for joining us today. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me, Paolo. I'm excited.
Of course. When we sent out the survey, we asked a bunch of questions and had people rank what was really most concerning to them. And what was the highest ranked is what are the issues, emerging litigation areas in 2021 stemming from the pandemic?
Yeah, so, I guess the first thing, the short answer here, Paolo, is that there has been a lot of increasing litigation due to the pandemic. And California is far and away kind of the leader in this litigation. Since March 1st, 2020, in the US, there's been 1,250 lawsuits filed that are specifically related to COVID-19. And California is the leader here with 270 lawsuits filed. They kind of beat out every state. New Jersey's at a distant second. Wow. At 130, but really here in California, we're seeing a ton of new litigation related to COVID-19.
Wow. So based on what you're seeing, what has been the most common or most impactful to employers?
Yeah, so we've been seeing a lot of disability discrimination, harassment, and retaliation claims. Kind of the most common thing is employees who are scared. They're fearful of COVID, they're scared to come to work, and employers are dealing with this delicate balance between being sensitive to their employees and also having to run their business and needing people there to do it.
Right.
And so the fear of COVID is actually right now, it potentially can be a disability that employers need to accommodate. And I kind of always say, when in doubt, let your employees work from home if they can. If they can't, then consider putting them on an unpaid leave of absence versus just, terminating them.
Right.
Another big area has been wage and hour lawsuits. So a lot of employers are screening their employees. They're taking their temperatures before they come into work. And that time that they're waiting in line, they have to be paid for that time, which a lot of employers kind of don't realize.
Right.
And if they show up and they have a temperature that's too high, so you're sending them home, they have to be paid show up pay. So a lot of employers are kind of, forgetting about that.
Wow. So what are maybe some other areas that employers wouldn't think about that could be potentially hurting them from a lawsuit perspective?
Yeah, so I think obviously the disability, the wage and hour claims, I would say another area has kind of been retaliation lawsuits. So you have a lot of employees who are going to HR and they're saying, hey, we don't have the personal protective equipment that we need, masks, gloves, sanitizer, etc. And then shortly after that, maybe employers are unfairly disciplining their employees, terminating them. And so employees are filing lawsuits for retaliation. They're saying, hey, we complained that we didn't have proper masks and stuff that we need. And then all of a sudden, we get retaliated against or we get fired.
Right.
So that's kind of another area that employers really need to be aware of and be careful of, really.
Wow, yeah, definitely. Well, Ashley, again, thank you so much for your time today. You've provided just an overall wealth of information that I know a lot of people will appreciate. And thank you for everybody who is watching and listening today. We are going to provide Ashley's information, so you'll have access to that. If you do have any questions, obviously everybody's situation is different, so it's best to consult a specialist and somebody who can understand your situation better before making any decisions. So again, Ashley, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate the information, and thank you.
Thank you, Paolo. I was excited to be here.
Thanks.